when good promotions go bad and what you can do to not piss off your customers. Coming up next. Good Mark TV morning. Major League Baseball's All-Star Game recently wrapped up at Nationals Stadium in Washington, D.C., and the team had a great idea for promotion. You see, their star player Bryce Harper was going to be participating in the Home Run Derby, so they decided to knock $1 off each ticket for every home run he hit. Little did they know or anticipate that he would be hitting 45 home runs. Now, not that 45 home runs is that much. I mean, that's just about 45 more than I've ever hit. But regardless, they were thrown a little bit off guard. They were forced to discount their tickets by $45. Now, seeing as some tickets were actually less than $45, would this mean that the team would actually have to pay people to attend their baseball games? Well, of course not. That would just be like stupid for the team. But the people kind of understood that, and what they actually did was limit the tickets to $1. So as much as or as low as they could go, it would just be capped at $1. The other thing they did was limit the number of games that these tickets could be used for. But in the end, it all worked out because you had fans who are now able to see Nationals baseball games for as little as $1 a ticket, or they were able to nab themselves some really great seats for as little as $37. So while this promotion didn't work out quite the way the team would have liked, you know what? They stuck to it, they kept their word, and they created a great experience for their fans. I mean, who's going to possibly complain about being able to see a baseball game for $1? Which brings us to Build-A-Bear. Yeah, that retailer where you can go in and pay an exorbitant amount of money to make your own teddy bear. Personally, I don't get it because, you can get these teddy bears so much cheaper and they're handmade in China. Why on earth would you want to have to make it yourself? But I guess there's some joy in taking stuffing and putting it into some kind of synthetic fur material and then sewing it all up and taking it home. I don't know, I just don't get it. But regardless, Build-A-Bear, a huge chain across North America, decided to have a pay your age day. That's right, you could show up and buy a teddy bear that you would make yourself and pay the equivalent of your age, which meant some people were buying teddy bears for as little as $1. Needless to say, this was a huge success. In fact, it was a far bigger success than they anticipated, resulting in huge lineups and the stores being overwhelmed with very angry moms. Okay, let me make that absolutely clear. The stores were being overrun with very angry moms. Well, as it turns out, due to the number of people lining up to get into Build-A-Bear to take advantage of the pay your age offer, well, security came in, law enforcement and all this other stuff, and forced the stores to stop selling, to close the doors, turning people away and ending up with even more very angry moms. And this resulted in a huge PR nightmare for the company. And the reason is simple, because people went expecting something and left not only getting not what they wanted, but feeling pretty bad about it. You see, the customer experience went from potentially up here down to, well, it's not even on the camera. That's how low it is. They left upset, they left mad, they left angry, they left feeling let down. Now, Build-A-Bear has since said that they are going to be sending vouchers to everybody so they can still take advantage of this offer at their own convenience. And well, it's kind of a payback. The fact is, the whole experience of being able to go to the store for this big event and walk out with a bear for your little kid for as little as $1, well, that's part of the excitement, being able to take advantage of it at this event. And Build-A-Bear kind of missed that. I mean, maybe not due to their own fault or misplanning, but the promotion went better than it did. And the people who got bears left really happy. I assure you, the people who are going back later to take advantage of their vouchers, they'll leave happy, but you know what? It's not going to be the same because they're still going to remember that feeling when they had to be sent home, well, because they didn't leave with a bear. And it's easy for me to say, hey, it's a bear, it's just a bear, it's just a freaking bear, okay? No, it's not just a bear, it is the emotional aspect of getting something you really want in a way that creates an awesome experience for you. That's what it's about. And this is a common thing I've seen with many businesses of all sizes when planning some kind of promotion or a big sale or an event, they don't really plan for the best and worst case scenario. And in some cases, the best case scenario turns into the worst case scenario, as was the case with Build-A-Bear. If you're going to create an event, whether it be a sale, whether it be an open house, whether it be really anything where you can't really predict what the outcome will be, you have to anticipate the best and worst case scenario and understand that sometimes the best case scenario isn't always as it appears. So for example, if you're going to host some kind of event and you're expecting, well, you don't really know how many people. So let's say worst case scenario, nobody shows up. Can you deal with that? If yes, go ahead and do it. If no, then you may want to rethink your strategy. Now, let's assume you're putting on some kind of event and lots of people show up. I mean, more people than you anticipate. These are things you need to think about. And it doesn't matter what kind of event it is, whether it's a barbecue, a seminar, a big sale, whatever it is, you have to anticipate that it will be a success beyond what you've planned and how you're going to deal with that. Now, sometimes turning people away is not a bad thing because it creates a sense of urgency or a little bit of despair on the part of the people who leave, but you know what? It makes your event look even better. I mean, think about all the rock concerts that you wanted to go to, but you couldn't because they were sold out. The next time that artist comes to town, you're going to try even harder to get tickets. The important thing though is to understand whether people will want to come back or whether they're going to leave really pissed off with you and your company, as was the case with Build-A-Bear. So my advice to you is this: outside of planning a best and worst case scenario, I also want you to think about what you're going to do if you have to start turning away people. Are you going to give them vouchers? Are you going to give them discounts? Are you going to hold a second event just for them? There's lots of options available that you can do to make people who got left out not feel left out, and in some ways make them feel that you're going to give them extra attention because they showed you that kind of commitment and you weren't able to pay it back. So if you have any questions or comments, post them down below. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, click subscribe, join Mark TV Nation, and be notified of new and upcoming episodes. So until next time, I'm Mark Gordon and you've been watching Mark TV. Is this thing still on?